Micah,
But
we
Mecca's
might need
not
to
a
cut this
state.
out. I'm confused, but
Never, like, I remember that feeling, like, when you were, like, gonna touch your mom on the shoulder and it was your dad, and you're like, oh, they switched sides of the bed, or, like, something weird like that, you know? And you're like, no, go back to sleep. Mom, help me. I'm sick. Like, I need that motherly love.
for our 2-year anniversary, I bought her a can of pepper spray. That was my. If you go to the Oliver Scott page, there is music that I have not written on there, so that is not my release.
Don't take that as him.
Micah, zoom in on me.
No, you can't do
I'm just
that.
kidding. I haven't seen every episode, but I've seen Micah's episode
Which
twice.
makes sense if you... It was so good.
Yeah.
All right, okay. We just got right into the show, so let me introduce our guests for today. So I'm your host, Jordan Whitrock, as always. Our guests today are two people that, like, looking back, you could see it, you know. I feel like they were going to go places, you know, maybe start their own band or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we can tie into that. I never performed with one of them, but I got an opportunity to perform once, I think, with the others. So without further ado, let's welcome to the show Oliver Roeper and Ari Arnetveit.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Yes. Heck yeah.
All right, welcome. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thank you.
So, Oliver, why did you never do theater growing up until, like, late high school?
Well, see, it interfered with some sports. Like,
Oh, you were a basketball kid, right?
yeah, I was a basketball kid, and actually, I was playing basketball before I actually got tall. I'm 6'4" right now.
Yeah,
Let's just get
yeah,
that out. That's not a flex.
He's like an insanely skinny tree. It's
I'm an
crazy.
awkward 6'4", so that I'm not flexing there. But I played basketball my freshman year of high school before I got tall.
You know what? Maybe this was part of, like, I know in our episode we talked about how, like, you were saying how I bullied you. I think I did say, I'm like, you're never gonna be on, like, varsity until, like, your senior year or something like that.
Yeah, which definitely would have happened.
Like, it would have happened, but it was probably a little, like, forward. But that was also me being like, go out for the musical, you know? Because that year, because I was a senior when you guys were freshmen. Mm-hmm. That was the year that you went out for the musical. Had you done musicals up until that point or no?
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't have been together in a musical.
And we wouldn't have been, but I'm
either.
curious because I would have obviously went to those shows because Isaac and Mackenzie would have been in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't picture the roles that you would have been in on the stage.
Let's just say I didn't make it big till high school.
Okay, that's fair enough. Because I was like, I felt bad because I was thinking about this the other day, knowing that you were gonna come on. I was like, what roles did Ari have? Because then obviously high school, I know two of your roles, and there's a year that slips. So obviously the year we were in together was Peter and the Starcatcher.
Well, and then there was COVID after our years because we had Peter and the Starcatcher.
Oh, did you not do one because of COVID? No.
Well, we did, but we moved it to the fall. It was weird. Like, we did the musical in the fall.
So we did Peter and the Starcatcher. COVID happened the week after we closed Peter and the Starcatcher.
Yeah.
So we got that one in, like, I remember because high school goes first, then middle school. So middle school didn't get to perform.
Or did we do, maybe we did the...
Singing in the Rain.
Yes. I can't even remember when we did that, though.
No, that would have been Micah's senior. So in the next year.
Was that in the fall or was that in the spring? I don't even know.
Micah?
Fact check.
You're the only other guy in this show.
I think Singing in the Rain was in the spring, but we didn't do a play that year.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
This was COVID year?
No, but we
year?
did.
After
COVID.
No, wait, I think we did a winter because that was the year we did, like, the really weird, like, 7-act. It was
Much Ado
like,
About Nothing?
No, not that one. We
Was
did,
it
like,
the
the
one
7-act thing.
Was that the guy in the wheelchair?
No. It was like, it's kind of like the forgotten one. It's like the forgotten one because there was literally like 7 actors. I think it was that
Was it like a
winter.
reading? Was it a reading?
Kind of, but it was memorized.
Okay. All right.
And it was like, it was 7 acts of just really weird stuff that all like came back together.
Okay.
It was interesting. But it was like a play. A 7-act play.
Wait,
yeah.
Was Peter and the Starcatcher, is that a musical or the play?
It's a play with
It's
music.
a play with music.
But that was
Yeah.
the
dumbest thing
musical.
ever. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
We
gotcha.
talked about this. All right. Okay. We know who Ollie is. Ari, we're going to focus the start of the show on you so that our audience members can get to know, understand you, your history, all that kind of stuff. So maybe they can relate to you more, put it that way.
Okay.
So did you always grow up small town, or did you move from some big city?
Nope. I am a Green Lake Ripon kid through and through.
Yep.
Through and through.
And you're happy about that?
I am, yeah. Yeah.
The enthusiasm in that.
What does that mean?
It just seemed like she was like, oh, there's so many big.
Well, you know, like growing up in a small town, you're always like, I need to get out. Like, I need to get out.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else. But then you kind of come around and realize that this place is actually not so bad. Like, we live in a really...
Every Hallmark film. Yeah, 100%.
We live in a really nice area. But now that I'm in college, I have been able to live in other big cities and kind of get that experience. And who knows, I probably won't end up here in the long run.
Are you leaning toward, like, okay, you're old, right? And you're like, where do you want to be? Like, and I shouldn't say old, I should say older. So, like, you're going to have a family, all that kind of stuff. Do you want to live in a smaller town or, like, a suburb vibes? Or do you want to be in the big city? Like, are you a big city girl that way? I am not a big city girl.
I don't know if I would raise a family in it, like, in a city.
Yeah, which is common.
I would say, like, I would be okay with the suburbs. But, like, suburbs just don't sit right with me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know. Like, suburbs are just so boring.
I mean, it's literally just houses. And if you're lucky, a good park somewhere.
Isn't
but
that kind
cities
of like
are
a
not.
small
Cities
town,
are dope.
No, small town has a Taco Bell down the street.
That's true. That's
like,
important.
Small towns and suburbs are just so different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. Long run.
I mean, you're
but
young
I know, like
enough
in my younger
yet,
years, I wanna stay in the cities.
So you've
for a
enjoyed
while.
the cities enough that you'd want to stay there. See,
Yes.
me personally, I got to go to New York, like, as, like, not a part of a school trip, like, just go to New York, me and a buddy. And that was eye-opening because at that time, I was like, I don't think I can do a big city. I think I can. I love small town. I love being able to drive my car and not worry about I'm going to get in an accident, like, that's, hit someone, get robbed or something. However, getting robbed, no, I'm just kidding. When I did that trip, I realized I was like, okay, I could do this. I'm like, I wouldn't want to do this my whole life. I think I eventually would want to get back to a small town. But if there was a period in my life where I had to go to big city, I would totally do that. Yeah. I wouldn't have any issues.
Well, it's fun. I mean, there's so much to do.
What's your favorite thing to do in a big city? For people that don't live in a big city or that are like
I was in Chicago this summer.
Oh, that's right. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, my story up until now was we graduated. I went for my first year to college. Then this spring, which was spring of sophomore year, Oliver and I went abroad. And so we traveled and studied abroad in Barcelona. Incredible experience. But then I came home, had like 2 weeks, and then I moved to Chicago for a business internship. And I loved Chicago. It's such a lively city. There's so much to do. There's always something going on, especially in the summer. Like, you've got the lake right there, the lakefront trail. There's beaches. You can drive to like state parks and national parks. Like, there's so much to do around there. And then like the city itself, like, there's so many good restaurants and things, but like that's not even what makes it good. I love live music, obviously.
Yeah.
So there's always something happening, and there's a lot of free stuff too. So I had a really good time. I would say my favorite thing to do was picnic.
Yeah. Were you okay? So my thing, and so like my dad, which maybe we can get him on a podcast episode at some point, but that's for the future. But he was a correctional officer, so like he worked in Milwaukee in those big cities, and so like when you live when you're in a space like that for like 10, 15 years, and I don't know how the people that have been in like prison guards or whatever for 40 years. But you get into this mindset of like, oh, I need to be on the lookout because all I deal with are the criminals. So you're so isolated into thinking that the world is like always bad, which like can be good because you don't find yourself in dumb situations, right?
Yeah.
But I think growing up in a household like that, you kind of become a product of your parents. And so when I go to a big city, I'm like scared that like I'm going to get in a place that's not the greatest and die or something like that or get robbed. And it's like, I wouldn't want that.
Especially coming from a small town where there is absolutely no danger. And then you see the news and horrible things happen in big cities. And
So that was my question is like, did you ever feel like there was a time that you were like unsafe? Or my question would be like, is there like, did you have rules for yourself so that you wouldn't find yourself? Like, you had to be in your apartment by this time. Like,
That's a
couldn't
good
be in this
question.
area at this time,
Honestly, I think Barcelona was worse, not crime-wise, but just because it was so much more new. Like, in Chicago, I just come off of being abroad for a semester
Gotcha.
where I
So you
just
can
like
speak to everyone?
experienced well, it was like worse. I mean, pickpocketers were
Yep.
like a huge crazy problem in Barcelona.
Mhm.
Like, you always had to be watching yourself. We were out way later.
Yep.
Like, we were just doing more things where it would be concerned, like there was more margin of error, I guess. But in Chicago, I was not usually out that late. Like, I wouldn't usually take public transport past like 12:30.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't really that concerning for me.
So for our 2-year anniversary, I bought her a can of pepper spray. That was my anniversary
All right,
gift
just
to
so you guys
her.
know, these two are dating.
Yes, I don't think we mentioned that. I was
We
thinking about that.
We didn't. Yeah.
We are dating.
I was like, that mine. Back off.
Carry on.
Carry on. Okay, so we like the big city. Do you think you would just find? So you're a business major, right? Do you have in a specific area or just broad business?
No, my major is entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And my minors are operations and supply chain management and sustainability.
Okay. So
So
I know we briefly
A little
talked about
mouthful.
this at one point. What can you use with that? Obviously, like, supply chain's a big thing, tariffs, all that good stuff, But
I ask her that a lot. 'Cause
yeah,
I just
like
don't
what
get
would be
it.
your
Yes,
goal with
we
that
talk
degree,
about
I
this a
guess?
lot.
Yeah.
My majors kind of serve me in a different way because I use it as gaining an understanding of the business world so that I can help people start their businesses. Like, that's my dream. And so
Okay.
like,
So it wouldn't be well, I guess you would start a business helping other people start businesses.
yeah, I suppose.
But it wouldn't be that you would want to start your okay.
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't really know where it's gonna take me.
Yep.
But like right now, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do in my early career, and so it's looking to be like venture capital, like
Okay.
funding, that kind of side of things, which is kind of scary and kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I'll get back to you in like a year. And
Yeah, we'll do a reunion.
Yeah.
Reunion episode. I don't know if we talked about this on our episode. Did you ever tell the audience what you were going to school for? I think we just talked about your college.
I think briefly. Well,
Okay,
I said so. I'm a psychology major right now. I was
Yep.
originally going to be a biology major, but I couldn't get into the classes just because it's such a small school.
Yeah.
Psych major now with the goal of going to either PA school or medical school. And if I were to choose a specific route there, I would say medical oncology, but that changes every month. So I really have no idea what exactly in the medical field I want to do, but I know I am going that route.
Would there be so you want to do medical school? Is PA like a backup vibes then? And not saying it's a
Kinda.
backup because a backup sounds bad, right? 'Cause
Honestly-
it's like saying like, I didn't really want to do this, but here I am anyway. It's like
Honestly, right now it's more of like I have 2 more years of my undergrad, and then to think about 4 years of medical school and then however many years of residency is very stressful right now. So I'm thinking about
casual, like 12 more years of school.
Yeah, like I mean, I'll be a practicing physician when I'm like 32 or something like that, which doesn't sound great. But with PA school, and I want to take a gap year too, so that kind of prolongs everything. But with PA school, it's only 2 years. I mean, the school is very rigorous. It's basically a full-time job, but 2 years and you are a PA.
I know people that go to PA school kind of for the reasons where they're like, I don't know if I want to buy into all that schooling. Like, I want to be in the room where the surgeries are happening or whatever that is, but it's like, I don't want to. And so they do PA school and they enjoy it for like 5-10 years. And then they're like, you know what? I want to be a doctor. And then they go back to school, but they already have that experience and that understanding. So like when you're in the classes, you're like, we're talking about this surgery. I've literally been in 17 of these, and I know exactly what you would need to do.
Yeah,
so it'd be
that's
easier
another
for you.
thing, and I talked with. I mean, because med school is such a commitment, but I know I can tough out 2 years of schooling. 4 years of schooling, I don't know, but 2 years, I know. No matter what it is, I can go in, get it done, and if down the road, if I want to, just have a better career or something like that, then I can go back to school or to get my MD or something like that.
It's quite funny. We are in very opposite boats. I'm graduating a year early, so I'm done this spring.
Yeah.
And he's got like...
Would you ever go for higher education that doesn't serve you?
Yes. But in business, like
I've
You-
never understood higher education for business besides like you're gonna teach business.
Usually if you want to get an MBA, which is like what I would get,
Yep.
you would wait a couple years because it's better to have actual tangible experience
Yep.
before you do that. So
Okay.
yes, but like a couple years down the line.
And how does that benefit you? Just get paid more?
Yeah, more job opportunity
Yeah,
if you
okay.
want to keep learning. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's good.
Yeah,
if someone
yeah.
will pay for it down the
what's
line.
Your dream, what's your dream business that like if you could help someone start or like be a visionary for someone, what would that business be?
Schwartz Art Co.
Whoever has a good idea and needs some help. That's
Okay.
the dream.
All
yeah.
right. Do they have to just message you on Instagram or something like that? Be like, yo, I have this business opportunity.
Yeah, probably.
All right, sounds good. All right, it should.
good to
Her
know.
Instagram will be linked below in the description. So you should
Business
be able to-
consultation,
yeah, if you
right
need a
here.
consultation.
If anyone needs some help. let me
Ariana
know.
Is the
Arnetveit.
first one free and then you start charging, or how does that work?
Haven't thought about that yet.
Okay, all right.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, you'll have time. This episode will take a bit.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
We're good. We're good. All right. Okay. So let's go back in time. So we were all in high school together. That 2019, 2020, which was
Yeah.
a crazy.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know how to
It was just
cough
that,
on
like
the
it wasn't
podcast.
that loud, and that's what threw me off.
Micah, could you hear that? I'm sorry about that.
Just a little bit. But no.
All right, should I push the mic as far away as possible
No,
next
it
time I
was,
cough?
it was a good cough. It
Can we
was a good
leave all
cough.
this in too? This is important. For
I don't even think what. Yeah.
you know what? Let's cut that out.
No.
Moving on.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I don't think I knew Ari. Did we ever like interact before Peter and the Starcatcher?
Probably not, because I was a freshman.
Yeah, you didn't do band though, right? You did. Did you do choir or no?
No, I was in choir, but I wasn't in
Yeah.
band.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Were you ever in band? Did you ever learn an instrument?
No,
okay.
nope.
If you were,
I was late to the game.
If I were, can
Swore
we
you
guess
played
what
flute.
instrument you would have played? If you would have played band, can we guess which instrument?
Sure.
All right, you have your instrument that you would have played if you did band.
I genuinely
Yes,
thought she
yes,
played
I do.
flute.
Okay, you got it. All right, Micah, you can guess with us. All right, we'll start with you. Then we'll go me and then Micah.
Yeah, I genuinely thought she played flute in middle
thought
school.
she
So
played
not
flute.
like I'm having
See, that was
trouble
my guess too,
shaking
but I'm
that.
not gonna do that just because, like, make it more fun.
What does a winner get?
Oh, could be like a saxophone though. Clarinet would be the other like easy one, but I don't know.
You guys think too much of me.
We'll go.
Ooh.
She plays a triangle. No.
That was my second choice.
Oh dang it. Okay. I'll go. You're a singer. I don't know. Let's go trumpet. Represent. All right.
Yeah.
Micah.
I'm gonna go French horn.
Oh, okay. What was it?
Xylophone.
A xylophone.
Dang.
So percussion. It's always percussion.
Really?
No, I was gonna say percussion. I feel like I'd vibe with that.
See, what threw me off was like you said, "Oh, you think too much of me." When I said
I was
triangle.
legitimately thinking triangle.
But then in my brain I'm like, well, if she said that, then she wouldn't have picked an instrument that was more
More- yeah.
intense, harder to learn, and you go with the xylophone.
Hey man, don't flame the triangle. That's a difficult instrument.
Dude, what is it's no cowbell is the SNL skit.
Oh yeah, need
The
more
jingle
cowbell.
bells.
And the only kid.
Jingle
More
bells.
cowbell.
I would have vibed with that.
Yeah. So you sing soprano, right? Or you sing alto?
I don't really do that anymore.
You just don't sing.
You were soprano?
Well, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, no, I think there was a miscommunication there.
I was a soprano, yeah.
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 Okay.
But I stopped doing choir after
No.
2 years
Yeah.
for
Don't blame
reasons.
You. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Are male sopranos a thing?
Dude, look at like pentatonics. What's that guy? What is that guy technically? Oh, he's probably considered a high tenor. It'd be like
Okay.
a really
Yeah.
a tenor 1 plus -5 tenor kind of
Mhm.
thing.
And what's
you know?
above a soprano?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
Why do you know?
No, I
if there's
thought
something?
there was like a subgenre
No,
of
no,
soprano
I
that
think
was
it's just
above.
soprano. I think it's soprano. It's like soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and then tenor and bass are the guys when you're in a choir,
Mhm.
and then the tenor gets split between tenor 1 and tenor 2, and bass gets split between baritone and bass.
Mikey, can we fact check this?
I literally
ju-
wasn't an
No,
acapella choir.
no,
no,
college.
I
I
understand.
will second that.
I
Yeah.
think there is a.
I don't
thing
know
above
about girls
soprano.
though because I've never like
Oh,
I just
I
know
see.
that they split. I think they split into soprano 1 and 2 and
Yeah.
then alto 1 and 2. Like there's
Yeah,
no
there
other
can be
names
different
like a
lines.
baritone or something.
I see.
That's
Okay.
my guess, and that would be 8-part harmony.
Yeah,
right?
for some reason I thought there was like
Yeah,
just
sounds
a
about right.
sub of soprano
Honestly,
where it
there's-
goes up.
You ever see that video where that guy takes that helium balloon and goes,
Yeah, at like the church singing.
yeah. Good times. All right, okay. So you say I'm done with choir, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean you're done with music.
No, actually, no. I wanted to bring this up before.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Peter and the Starcatcher, we were talking about how I like didn't have a big breakthrough in the musicals.
Yep.
The first year, I was a rope, and I don't know if you really remember
This is
me
my
much in
question.
that
No,
musical.
I remember. Hold up. Did you? Was that because you got a? Did someone drop out of the show and then you got their part?
No, I think I was selected for that part.
Okay, because I remember. I thought that if I remember correctly, which I might not have.
Well, I also don't know.
I could have swore that like your announcer part was that always yours?
Oh no, that I did
Okay.
get.
Yeah.
Okay, that I earned myself.
Was that in your audition that you earned? Or
No,
yeah,
that
I
yes.
thought they either didn't cast someone or they had someone but they dropped.
Yeah, they had someone and they dropped out,
Yup,
and then I
and then
actually got
they
to
did-
speak in the show.
Yeah, because
So
I
that
remember
was
that.
really
I remember how
exciting.
big of a deal that was for you. You're like, let's go. I'm not just like someone holding a rope or like a bench.
But apparently
weirdest
that
show.
rope holding is what got me my bigger roles later on. So
That's what they told you.
that's what they said.
I'm curious how so. From one actor
I just
to
did
another.
a really good job holding the rope.
Was it that you just didn't complain that that's the part you got?
Maybe.
Were you ever not the lead in high school?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Peter Starcatcher, I technically wasn't.
Oh, what were you?
I was the dad.
Oh, okay.
The lead was Peter Pan.
I understand that.
Yep. And then in my freshman year, I was Friedrich in Sound of Music. It's like I was a
The
kid.
German?
Well, no, I was Austrian.
Wait, the Nazi?
I was not Nazi.
What's the Nazi's name?
Like
In The Sound of Music.
I don't know what is the Nazi's young. What's the young guy's name? That's who you're thinking about. I'm assuming.
Well, the one that dates that one girl where it turns out he's a Nazi.
Yeah.
Wait, do I need to? Is that what happened? Do I
Yeah.
need to? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good, that's good.
But I didn't play that role. That's the role I wanted though.
Who played that role?
Creed.
Who was it? Creed?
And he did good. Well, he was
Oh.
blonde, blue eyes.
He was also
yeah.
Captain Hook.
He
in
killed it. Yeah.
All right, we have Rolf Gruber,
Oh yeah. Roll.
the Telegram boy.
Roll.
Yeah, that's not what I was thinking.
What did you think
Anywho.
his name was?
I thought it was Friedrich. I'm gonna be. I just need to
Yeah.
rewatch that.
No, I literally just said that was my character's name, right?
Yeah.
And I thought you were the Nazi. That's I'm sorry.
That makes sense.
That's where it
Okay,
came from.
Full circle. No, I got you. Yeah, no. That was my freshman year. Was that show, and it was weird because I was just like an oversized kid.
Like
Have you ever seen photos of that musical?
no.
Well,
It's
I
literally
was there.
like
We were watching.
it was literally like you'd have because you guys had kids in your grade come to be
Yeah.
the younger.
I tried out for
sisters.
that. I didn't make it. I think I looked too old.
I bet, or probably too tall.
yeah.
yeah. And that's so funny that that's so funny that you would have been in that grade. Okay, but like it was literally like height order, right? And I get a camera angle of this height order up, and then it was me, and then the oldest, Eloise or whatever
Yeah.
her name was, and it was like. We were singing the kids like "Do a dear," and it was just like a mammoth of a kid singing with all these like people that kind of look like kids, even though.
But
they're,
it's
like,
funny
high
because
schoolers.
you actually were still a kid.
But I still looked like a kid, like facial, everything looked like a kid. I was just like really tall for some reason compared to everyone else they casted, which I'm like, all right.
I see.
But the only thing that saved me was that the guy who played my dad, who played Mr. Von Trapp,
Mm.
Von Trapp,
On
there we
Trump.
go, was also insanely tall.
Yeah.
So
Okay, who was
saved
that?
me. I want to say Chase was his first name.
Chayton.
Cheating. Damn it. I should have known that. Bro, the guy was legendary. So he worked at the movie theater downtown. And
Oh, I know. Okay.
he and I went to Taco Bell and got 24 tacos. And because he worked at the movie theater, we were able to walk in and watch the movie with tacos.
That's sick.
Wow.
That was probably one of the best experiences I've had at a movie theater. Because who doesn't like tacos? And then to go to a movie theater and eat tacos from Taco Bell. My stomach probably didn't feel good the next day, but
Yeah.
like we were living high that night.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
That was
That's
legendary.
peak. Wow.
Another thing about that specific musical,
Play with music. Wait.
play with music.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
I cut you off of that. I was like, wait, what if she was not talking about that?
Nope.
one?
Yep.
Yeah, okay,
The play with music. That was our first date when you did it in college.
Mm-hmm.
That really threw me off. I was like, wait.
Yeah,
like,
no,
didn't I? So I was like, that doesn't make sense.
No, but
Yeah,
like so 2 years ago, because you
2 years
were
ago.
you were Captain Hook, right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that was our first date, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, you guys went to that show? That's right.
Yeah.
You guys did. I think I was talking to you at the time.
That
about
was
you guys
one of
going.
the worst
Yeah.
snowstorms like I've ever had. to
Yeah,
drive
we
through.
drove to Oshkosh in a snowstorm.
And
Went
on-
out to dinner,
on the-
and then
Yeah.
like walking into the show, it was like a foot of snow on the ground.
Yeah, and then on the way back, we saw a car. That
In
car
the
just
ditch.
flew off the road. It was probably like 20 yards in the ditch, and I was like, okay, we got to go check. So I went into the snow to check to
Yep.
make sure everyone was all right, and there was just no one in there. Kind of freaked me out.
What?
Yeah, there was the car in the ditch, and then there was just
Oh.
no one.
I thought you said you saw the car hit the ditch.
Oh no.
Oh,
that
okay.
would-
That's
that
what I
would be-
thought. I thought you meant that like you guys were driving and you saw a car go into the ditch. You're like,
Yeah.
we should stop to make sure they're good. Got in, opened the door, and no one's there. And you're like,
No, that would be
Oh.
cooler.
That'd
though.
be a
That
crazy
would not be
story.
chill.
Yeah,
dude, that would be like a Pet Cemetery moment. You
yeah,
know?
I would have been done.
Whoa.
That would've been
And then
good.
you go back in your car and Ari's gone.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know what I would have done. If
Okay, that's cool.
If all that
Because you
went
guys
down.
also got to see Grease, right? You went to the school performance
Yes.
that we did for Grease.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't think I would have seen you guys then for like since like in 2 years probably. 'Cause
Yeah,
that would've been my
it was a
freshman.
while. Because I remember seeing you at Greece, and it had been a bit.
Yeah.
Because that would have been your senior year of high school,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and you guys did Anastasia,
Mm-hmm.
and the year before you did Mamma Mia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Singing in the Rain would have been okay. I couldn't figure out. I knew you did those 3 shows, but then I couldn't figure out. Like it didn't make sense. I was missing a year.
Yeah.
But then we got it all sorted out
Yeah.
because Anastasia was last.
Yeah.
So I was like, Micah was in Singing in the Rain with you guys. Then Isaac was in Mamma Mia with you guys. And then I was like trying to figure out. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Then,
It was funny in Anastasia, we both had different love interests.
so that would have been when you you guys had different love interests, but that's when you guys were like,
Yeah.
starting to talk more.
Yeah, it was during that show that
Yeah, that we
something
started
happened,
dating.
right?
But yeah,
Something happened.
Mamma Mia was my first show, which
Yeah.
you were.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, like, we kind of acted together. I mean, I wasn't a lead role. I was like, I
No,
was
you
able
were
to.
you were like what do they call it? Not a lead, but it's something lead.
No, I had no
No.
speaking lines. I was able to
Oh, sorry.
swing.
I was thinking Anastasia. All right.
No.
No, yeah, you're right. You were a mute the whole time. That's
Yeah,
right.
but I was able to swing that I actually had a part because I was playing Nigel's husband in that. So your brother's husband in that
That's
show.
right.
Yeah.
You were playing
gay.
Nigel, not Nigel.
Oh, wait, I was Nigel?
Yeah.
What was it? Harry.
Nigel.
Harry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I went
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
show. I went to that show twice.
Mm-hmm. Did you go to
Good
Man
show.
Who Came to Dinner?
Yep.
What'd you think of my
Were
role
you in
there?
that show?
Yeah, I
What
was
was your
the
role? I'm like that. what
That was
that,
when
3
he
years
really
ago?
popped
I was
off.
the German. That was my Sherry.
I can't remember you. in that
I was the
show.
one that gave him cockroaches.
Yeah. Did you give him papers or something?
No, I gave him cockroaches, and it was just I couldn't figure out a German accent, so it was like an Indian German.
Wait, can you do it for us right now?
No. No, I really got to get into the part if I wanna do that. But
No, that was awesome.
We got time.
if you want to watch it, you can probably find it on
You
YouTube.
can.
On YouTube?
You can find them all
Do you
on
think
YouTube.
you guys got actual rights to do that, or
Oh yeah,
No,
maybe
it's-
don't look for that
wait,
on YouTube.
No, you can't actually
Yeah,
find it on
allegedly,
YouTube. Definitely
allegedly,
cannot find it on
allegedly.
Jeffrey Dodson's YouTube channel.
Allegedly.
All right.
you done messed up, A-Rod?
Hey, got. I'm just kidding. Got.
That's so funny.
Hey, good. That's a killer reference.
What?
You done messed up, Aaron?
Yeah,
Substitute teacher. Wow.
I know.
Have you seen that?
No.
Can we watch that?
Yeah, you better run back.
Yeah, can we watch it?
When was the?
Michael, let's pull
Did
it
you
up.
watch? Okay, did you watch the second one they did of that? It was like the same.
Yeah,
thing, but
substitute
just
teacher
like-
too.
It's not even that good. You know?
Y'all not old enough to go to the damn club.
That reminds me of the Vine where he's like, whoever threw this paper, your mom's a hoe.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did you guys ever get into like a Vine phase? or like
We were like pretty
small
much
compilation?
too young.
Yeah.
That was
Well-
like just before us.
I didn't get into Vine until like freshman year when it like the app already closed and shut down
Yeah.
of high school, and like I just remember going to the library though. It was me and Theo, and we would just watch Vines for 35 minutes of the lunch period. And
Were you a
That's
sole
funny.
watcher, or would you ever post stuff?
I didn't have the app when they did it.
Okay.
And then Musically was like the app that came up, which then was bought out by TikTok. But
Oh, so is Vine Musically then TikTok?
well,
kind of?
Vine, yes, but then it shut down, right? And
Oh,
so it was,
yeah.
so then they like Vine was like way before its time.
Mhm.
To like now we have so short of attention span. 6 seconds would probably be too long, you know.
Yeah.
Ah.
But then Musically was like gonna take that spot, and then Musically was more emphasis on music. So then when I think Micah, check me. I think TikTok bought Musically, right?
I believe so. That
I want to
sounds
say
right.
that they did. And so then TikTok was originally music, which is why originally there was a lot of music and dancing. That's why dancing on TikTok got so popular.
Mm.
And then people finally realized like, oh, we don't have to dance to like make content people want to watch on the short form,
Mhm.
which then what gets you to what we are today. So
Okay.
for better or worse.
Do you use TikTok?
No.
No.
Actually,
No.
there was a moment where I only watched a couple of videos on, like I don't use TikTok, but I used it just because I was on it for one reason. And then I got the AI Yeti and Bigfoot videos, right?
Those are so good.
Mm-hmm. And I like watched like 5. Well, because I don't use TikTok, so then they were like, "Well, this is the only thing this guy's watching to keep on the app, right?" And then I stopped. And then for like a good like month, every time I opened the app, I could tell someone like, I know the first video is gonna be one of those Yeti Bigfoot,
Yeah.
and sure enough, there it was.
Yeah, those are some talented people that make those.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's AI, so there's not much human input, but you know.
Yeah, they're pretty funny though.
I'm a diehard. I mean, I've never really used TikTok. I'm a diehard Instagram Reels user.
Yeah, it's a little scary sometimes.
Yeah.
How so?
What?
Yeah. Dig into this.
I feel like men have the craziest Instagram reels.
Yeah.
This is a good debate. All right, I'll get into this because I would argue girls do.
Oh
What?
no.
Oh, what are you
no.
looking at?
I mean, mine's not choice. I watch every video I get. And I mean,
So it's not okay. So I feel like you're a little like skewed from your from what guys.
Okay,
watch
yeah.
on-
Okay, my
on
point of
Instagram.
reference is
Yeah.
Oliver and John.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
So
not-
you said you watch every video for the most part, which like I can't like knock you.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't watch the like sponsored videos. I think those are stupid. But yeah, I pretty much. I mean, a lot of it is music, guitar related,
Yeah.
and then there's no middle ground to like the other extreme.
So you like watching deaths like 24/7.
I don't
Yeah.
like watching deaths,
But because
but
they get put- if
Instagram
they get
thinks I
shown
like
to you-
watching deaths.
Okay. I
and
see how
because
it
I
is.
have the obligation to watch every
To watch
video,
every- you
I
wanna
love
help every small-
content
you wanna help-
creators.
Yeah, you wanna
I,
help a small
So you
creator out.
curate a
Exactly.
really interesting feed.
yeah, and also, but also there's some.
I kind of want to see this feed now.
there, no,
Oh,
not
off camera.
Yeah, well, this is another time. But also, I love Instagram comment sections. It is one of the most beautiful places, most horrific yet beautiful places I've ever
you've
seen.
never been to Facebook comment sections.
It's people coming together as a community to just. It's horrific.
That's a
But
good
it brings
Entirely
people together.
bash
What?
someone.
So I just recently got into YouTube comments, like
Ah.
where on shorts or whatever. Because I usually never was a comment person. I didn't really care what other people thought. But then I'm like, I'll see a video. I'm like, oh, I already know people are coming up with some crazy something to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I don't have much experience in the commenting world. But Micah, I know you were big into Reddit. Do you think Reddit has the best comments, or do you think that's passed off to someone else?
I would say so.
I think it really depends. I think Reddit a lot of times comes up with like some witty or like super small niche stuff that
Yeah.
isn't actually that small, and a lot of people end up finding. But I don't know, if you're going for vile, horrific community destruction, you go to Instagram.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah,
Is Instagram
Micah.
worse than Twitter these days? Comments wise?
I don't even use Twitter. X.
There's something about it where it's like, if like, I mean, some Instagram reel comments are wholesome, but then if you get one person to write a bad comment
Yeah.
on an Instagram reel,
Everyone will go off.
it's the rest of the community. It just turns like a switch,
Yeah.
dude. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it. But like, Micah, have you seen that one girl on Instagram reel? She tells like these really kind of innocent jokes, and then you go into the comment section.
Oh,
yeah.
this is what
We don't need to talk about that, but that's one of the most insane.
I've never seen this.
Oh my
It's
God,
one
I'm
of the most
dying.
insane things you will ever see. I mean, horrific. It's a
What's the
community
creator's
she
name? What's the
made.
creator's name?
I couldn't tell you that. I mean, Micah,
Like
if
off
you
the
can.
top of your head, or
No, I can't. It's just some woman that just makes jokes.
why?
Like
I'm assuming, is there something more than just
okay, so I'll
basic
tell you.
jokes,
So
or-
like she makes the jokes. They're them innocent. They're pretty
is
stupid
it
jokes.
like innocent, but people can turn them into?
None of the.
It's just about her.
So
not even
most of the
relevant.
comments go, "That's a funny joke. You should." ... Everything is extremely sexual, and
That's
it's
what I was
horrible.
gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But it's just like everyone knows that that's
Dude,
the comment
and the
section
funny-
to go to
You know,
to
that's
direct their
crazy.
horrible
like,
comments.
That's gotta suck. To be
Yeah,
that
well, and the
person.
funny
I
thing
mean, you're
is
making
she-
money and you got a bunch
Yeah.
she tried to turn
impressions.
the comments off.
Yeah.
And so what people did was they created a second
Reposted.
account to repost and was like brought the community there. And then she lost so much viewership that she ended up turning the comment section
That was my
back
first
on.
thought. I'd be like, I turned my comments off, but that's
I mean,
She's
why do
probably
people-
making bank.
No one's
100%,
watching the videos
but
for
also,
stupid
like, you don't want to
jokes.
like be, I don't know what the word is, like making that seem like that's a good thing for people to do.
True,
You know,
true.
like that would be my issue. Would be like I couldn't in good conscience do that, but
Yeah.
if that means I have to start working at like the big K, those comments might be coming back on. I don't know.
I,
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
pretty incredible though. Like how much of a community there is for just terrible.
Well, you know what that is? It's just because people are too afraid to like, you know, say what they really mean or like who they actually are, and so they get away with it online,
Yeah.
and then they can walk away feeling like they are being their authentic self, but in the real world they're not. Like you wouldn't know who that person is
Yeah.
in the actual real world
Yeah.
because they keep that stuff hidden, you know. But to
Yeah.
them,
behind
they
their
feel like they're-
stupid
What's funny
names.
is like you get some of these comments and like some of them are like burner accounts or just
Yeah.
like small accounts, but then you click on some verified accounts. It's like just this verified dude who's saying this on the. It's crazy. People. I mean, that's
Yeah.
self-confidence to another level.
I hope something comes out someday that like tracks people's footprints and like just exposes them.
Yeah. But the thing, like,
That would be vile.
is it that wrong? I mean, it
Freedom
could
of
be
speech?
seen as like cyberbullying.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a
but
good
it's,
topic.
It's not like, you know, some
Like-
of it is, some of it's terrible, but
I'm trying to think like how could we phrase this into like something that was created like 50 years ago. You know, that we could either look back and be like, yeah, that was a positive or that was a negative. And I don't know if Micah, can you think of something that we would have had back then that's close to this? I don't think so. I think that's why
It's impossible to imagine.
you know,
I think like a decent thing back then was like the tabloids and papers, right? So it's kind of like one person's commentary on another person's life on a public forum,
okay.
like
But they would always
like Princess Diana, right?
Yeah.
Like the tabloids were just awful
Yeah.
towards her,
Yeah.
but it also is like that weird balance of freedom of speech.
But didn't we know who was writing which? Because you'd be working for, or are you talking
They can
like
be anonymous.
They can be anonymous.
like in the paper you're talking?
Mhm.
Yeah, but I feel like you had to go to so much more work to like write a piece in the newspaper.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
now.
just like click, click,
But
click,
that's
click,
a good.
click.
Yeah, Mikey, you're right. That would be kind of like what it's like, and that hasn't changed. That's been the same thing for
Yeah.
ever.
Just
We
on a larger scale.
Yeah.
We just don't read
it
newspapers.
is
anymore.
interesting though, like, because I mean, some of the stuff it's absolutely cyberbullying. It's terrible stuff, but like some of the like other stuff, like okay, take
Tread
the,
lightly. No, just
take the like the woman for example. I mean,
yeah.
I guess it is sexual harassment,
Yeah.
but there are methods to go. It's kind of how you put yourself out onto the platform. Like you could block the comment section, you're gonna lose a lot of your viewers. So is it wrong? Like
So then the idea would be like, why are you posting?
yes,
So
which
then
is
so
horrible
then you're
because
just-
you
No,
should
that's
always
a good
want to
question.
post what you want without getting. But I mean, it's a social media. You put
But
yourself
does
out
she
there,
do
you're
the
gonna
same
get something
thing every
back.
single time.
Yes. They're the same stupid jokes over and over again. I'll not stupid. They're smart.
Has she
but-
repeated jokes?
No, that's. I mean,
Yeah, that's probably why it would fall off. Because like, I would argue if you're doing something like that,
mhm.
and you know, you in a way you strike lightning in a bottle. Like, you can't be upset because you could stop at any point.
Exactly.
That's the nice thing about this.
Mhm.
You could stop. We could stop.
It's an
This
app.
could be the last episode of the show. Like, we could stop at any point if we wanted to. That's why I think it's hard to feel bad for people, because then it's like, oh, but what am I gonna do? This is how I make money. It's like you could be like every other American who works at like a factory or works at a store.
Have you seen any like Black Mirror episodes at all?
No, but I've heard and like.
Because I mean, this is a big topic in that. It's like when you are like, how far are you willing to put yourself out there for money? And it's kind of the same thing. It's obviously less extreme to that, but it's like people will always go so far. If they're making money, they're popular, they will lose all decency to pursue that and go on with it. So it's a weird thing with social media.
No, I think I don't even know if that's social media though. That's just, I think that's the Western culture, right? I know we were gonna possibly talk about religion and stuff on the last episode, but I think for me, this is like how I see this is our country is becomes a country 1776, right? And in the Constitution it talks about God. You know, you have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That doesn't mean you deserve happiness. It just means that you have the option to pursue happiness. Which I'm looking at the Founding Fathers.
That
I'm
was
like,
fine print
that's
right there.
clever. Wait, who wrote that?
Yeah, that's
Do we
some
know
fine
who wrote
print.
that, Micah? Because that guy was cooking. I don't know. Was that Thomas Jefferson or who wrote that?
Adams? No.
I don't know. It's gotta be something like that.
I got John Hancock.
No, it's definitely not him.
What?
What?
No.
No, there's no way.
Why?
I don't
Thomas
think-
Jefferson
he
did a lot
wasn't
of
that
writing,
old.
but did the Constitution come late?
Alexander
Could be.
Hamilton.
I was gonna say no. He did the bills.
Constitution.
He did the bills rights, right? Do we have an answer? Sorry, you were looking at him like we did.
I just like seeing him search.
James Madison.
James
James
Madison,
Madison.
the only other one we didn't say.
Yep.
But it's like that whole idea where it's like that, like you look at our society and like obviously there was negative things, but as we figured them out, it's like we could really get it. I'm just like thinking of all these things that we could talk about. But it's just like our culture has shifted from that. I think we've seen like in the last 20, 30, 40 years, we've seen a big exit of like religion in families and like what that means, values, all that kind of stuff. And you can kind of see it today with people that maybe don't treat themselves how they should or find themselves in places that they shouldn't be or doing what they're not supposed to, in the sense of like that's going to harm not only you but going to harm like everyone. But I think everyone's so in this like life is about me, it's my story, like I'm the main character, and they don't take consideration. It's like, well, then if you're the main character, there's also another 7 billion main characters in this movie that we're watching for the next 80 years. So like, you know.
That is a good point. But like, I mean, the way I look at it, you can do whatever you want. Like I can have my opinions about you, but like you can post that stuff on social media. I don't care.
Yeah.
Is that bad for society, or is it because like, I mean, a while ago everything was a lot more conservative, everything was a lot more religious. Now that we have this shift, people have a lot more.
And so what I was gonna say is, so in the last 40 years we've shifted away from that like more maybe conservative family values lifestyle to like that like last feminism movement of like no one wants to be in the house anymore and stuff like that, you know. And it's like I'm not gonna tell you like don't do this, like you shouldn't. Like I literally come from a household where my mom was the breadwinner, so it's like, you know. But it's like if you have both parents working or they both have to work, it's like, well then who's raising the kids? And then back then it was the kids were just hanging out with other kids in the neighborhood, maybe messing around, but like what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Now you have kids just being on their phone for 8-10 hours after they come home from school, or playing Xbox or whatever that is. And so you no longer have that family core that holds the nucleus together. It's so broken now. But I was gonna say, I think there's a rise in young people in religion. I think we're seeing an upturn in that. Yep.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, which is, if you would have told me that like 5 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because everyone I've talked to is like, I've left that behind, you know. But I think there's a lot of people that are like, I want like what life is being shown to me right now, and what is like my parents' generation telling me this is what life is.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Like that's not the life I want. So now they're doing what the boomers did in the 60s of like, oh, I don't want that conservative, like religious families eating dinner at the table. Like I want to go party at the nightclub, even when I'm 65 years old, you know, and I want no responsibilities. You know, it's like the boomers aspect, right? Live life for me. Like that generation now is the older generation, and now we're looking at them like, do I want that lifestyle?
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to fulfill me. So I have something missing. What's missing? And that's where that phrase comes. You have a God-sized hole. Nothing's going to fill it.
Yeah.
You know,
that is really interesting because I mean, you think, I mean, even when I think boomers, I think still conservative just because it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
But that's not true. That was a major shift in like everything kind of changed.
The difference between boomers and millennials too is astronomical, I would say.
Yeah, it's such an interesting thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I
mean, I could
really
talk about that, dude. I got into a rabbit hole on like generational differences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
No, we were having a lot of conversations last night too.
Yeah.
And so this is reminding me of
about like
that.
generational differences or about what?
No, about mostly the feminism movement.
Okay. What are your thoughts on it as a woman?
That's a very large
Jordan.
question,
Yep.
Jordan.
Heck yeah.
I try.
Well, but basically what we're talking about is I watched this episode that was, are you familiar with Candace Owens?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I watched, it was
Do you
her.
follow her or you watch
No,
an
I
episode?
just, this specific
Okay.
episode. Like I know who she is,
Yep.
but it was her and then 20
feminists.
feminists. Her versus 20
Yep,
feminists.
I watched that.
And it was a debate.
Yep.
And it was fascinating because it was like, I enjoy a really good like conversation that wasn't necessarily that, but it brought up a lot of really interesting points that I just wouldn't have otherwise thought about.
Like in what way? From like her point of view or the people that were like debating
Both.
her? Yeah.
Like both. Because like we were talking about, like we agree with a lot of the feminism or movement from a political side,
Yep.
but not necessarily from a
Social.
culture social
Yeah.
side.
I think it's so like, because I mean, I feel like most people should have full support of the feminism movement when it comes to like specific policies. Like there's no reason that two people
This is
should
what I was
not
gonna
have
say,
the
Micah.
same rights.
Look this up because there's different movements of feminism, right? So if you
Yeah.
look back at like 18 whatever, like early 1900s, like that feminist movement was like, hey, we would like to vote because we live in this country and like we would like to own land and we wouldn't like, you know, it's like
Use
it's like,
credit cards.
where it's like that makes sense.
Yeah.
We should probably fix that, you know.
Exactly. And it, like from a policy side, it makes so much sense. People should have the same rights. Like that's just, I think the feminism movement falls when it comes to more social issues. Like I think when you change the policies, equal rights, then I think the society will shift in the direction of complete cohesiveness and equality. But then it's a tough thing.
Yeah. So like that podcast or that show
Yep.
specifically, she was arguing for basically getting back to that like nuclear family
Yep.
and getting back. So that's
What are
kind
your
of
thoughts on that? Both of you.
well, I don't know. We were talking about this. What were we talking about last night? Like, what did we decide?
Well, we were talking about like raising a child.
Yep.
Like, and one parent sacrifices, and then we were talking about usually it's the woman that sacrifices the potential for career.
Oh, yes. This is what we're talking about. So one of her arguments was that women, once they have a child, are always going to be not fulfilled by anything else they do other than raising that child.
Yeah.
And so that's ultimately going to be like the most like the biggest thing for them.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense. And I honestly, I agree with that 100%. I think that when you have a child, like they are going to be your number one.
I think it's hard too because like when you look at a lot of feminists, not a lot of them. This is very like generic. I don't know what the numbers are, but I would imagine a lot of them when I think of like college and like a lot of people are influenced that way in college. You don't have a kid.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like to have someone look at you that looks like you.
Yeah.
And it's like, hi, mom and
Yeah.
dad.
I mean,
it's like
you can say everything you want, but
and
when
I
it
don't
actually
think
comes to having a
when
child,
it actually comes to having a kid and like assuming you care about it and you're not like just living your life for you, I think that's where like you said it's like that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
You know.
But so it was interesting because then it was talking about, well, can this woman who the child is her most important thing continue her career or continue to push even if she wants to spend the more time with that child, and should she have a job or should she continue to do the other thing that she's passionate about? And it's like, well, if you're still passionate about something, like, you should go do that because that's awesome. But there's a good chance that you are going to want to spend more time with this family. Yeah. And it's going to take away from that other thing. So
question for both of you, because I can answer that question exactly from my life experience. But for you, when you look at your parents, like, did one of them stay home? Did both work? Who stayed home if there one did? Like, let's start with you, Ollie.
I mean, my mom's always had jobs. Like, I mean, she works at our church right now. She used to work for Diverse Options, but she never had a career. Yeah. My dad has always been the career-driven,
the breadwinner, whatever that.
The breadwinner.
And it's just you and Jonah, right? So you have two. Okay.
Yeah.
And a dog.
My Lucy and a dog. My mom's situation was actually, it aligns a lot with this because she had like a career going. Like she was basically like going up doing this really cool job. Like she was in potential to line up to be making a lot of money. She could have been a breadwinner. Yeah. But when I was born, and then basically when my brother was born, my parents had the conversation of like, okay, we need someone, like, we need to spend more time with our kids. Like, we don't really want to keep doing this daycare thing with two kids. Yeah. And so it ultimately was decided that my dad would continue forward with his career and my mom would take a step back. So she started her own business so that she could work from home and be with the kids. And it was at the sacrifice of her career that could have been really like stereotypical successful. I will say stereotypical successful, because as cool as that could have been, like, she loves what she does now.
And that's what I was going to say. Like, did she regret that decision of, like, now, like, maybe in the moment she's like, oh, I wish I could have taken the job opportunity or whatever. Like,
I mean, I don't really know deep down, but I do think that sometimes she like wonders what it would have been like. But I think more than anything, she's like happy where she is.
Micah, you, before I go, what was your family situation?
Both my parents had careers to start. Yeah. But my dad got laid off while my mother's job was more steady. But he couldn't find work, so they had to move. So that kind of put an end to my mother's career. Not necessarily willingly, just situationally. And then they had kids. My mother went back to school to get a teaching degree, and then more kids. And then it was like, okay, I'm going to put a pause on this. Yep. And then slowly got back into it and is now a teacher post not having to stay home with kids.
That's interesting. I didn't know that that's how your parents started. Because obviously, like, when I met you, I would have like seen the back half of that story play out, which is like, oh, it just makes sense, you know? It's like you have less.
What does your dad do now?
My dad's retired now.
Okay, gotcha.
So now it's just my mom working.
Okay.
But now all the kids are out of the house, off to college or graduated.
So when we go back to what you were saying before we were doing that, you were saying like the mom would have that desire to be with the kid, right? That's the whole thing. Yeah. So my family situation is interesting. So both my parents had careers. My mom was a teacher and my dad was corrections. And when I was born, that's when they made like, hey, like, we make an okay salary each, which makes a good salary. However, basically what's happening is we have a nanny for our 3 kids, and one of our entire paycheck goes to the nanny. So what we could do instead is, like, what if one of us stayed home, actually got to be with the kids growing up, and we would basically have the same amount of money because now we're not paying a nanny, right? Yeah. So originally my mom was like, I'll stay home because I won't be with my kids or whatever. And my dad's like, you know, breadwinner, be the man of the house, take care of the family, you know. And so he decided he was going to stay, but then one of his coworkers was like, you're like one of the biggest dumbasses I ever met. Like, you're giving up this opportunity to be home with your kids, like, and watch them grow up, and you're going to do this job that's like not safe when your wife, it could be a teacher, and then have summers off, and you guys get paid the same amount. Also, the only thing that you can
that's
do,
a good point.
the only thing that you can do is like become like you're the supervisor, which can only get you so much money, and she has all this growth in her career that she could choose to if you guys want to.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's a pretty good point.
Dang.
He was like, so then,
reality
and my mom
check.
had already quit her job, told him like, hey, I'm staying home. Like, and so then they had that conversation, and my dad's like, it might be smart. And there's probably other stuff going on at the same time, but he was like, probably like maybe I should stay home and like swallow my pride, and you go back to work. And luckily her school loved her, and they're like, oh, please come back or whatever. So she got her job back next year or whatever. And so like I lived in a household where my dad stayed home and my mom was the breadwinner, and as I talk to my mom now, like as I talk to both of my parents, obviously they both love us. There are 5 kids in our family, right? And but they both say they would have done it differently if they could have.
Really?
Yep. So
In what way?
obviously money changes that, but had like roles flopped where my dad would have been a teacher or whatever that would have been. Like my mom regrets not being home with her kids and being able to be the mom to us, and had to be the scary businesswoman that like got stuff done, and was the breadwinner. And my dad, I think, always had this hole that he was never like worthy enough for the household. Yeah. Because as a guy, your whole life, you're like, I want to provide for my family. I want to be the one that they can come to. Like, I want to be that pillar that they know is like. And for him, he's like, I'm not like, money for him is like, well, I'm not bringing in money. I'm not like useful to this family, even though he's like raising all of his kids to be awesome people, right? But like to him, he's like, and so it's like they both look back and they're like, they both wanted each other's roles deep down, and obviously they couldn't have done that just with their career choices that they picked when they were younger and all that kind of stuff. And so it's funny that you talk about that, because like my family is like that exact thing of like, well, we kind of did the feminist thing where the mom was the breadwinner, but then as they both are done with their careers now and they look back, they're like,
Do you think it's like a grass is greener on the other side type thing, or do you think it more just breaks down to kind of instinctual male breadwinner?
That's a question that I have, because I want to know like how much of this is society driven and how much of this is like strictly maternal or strictly like biological.
Mm-hmm. So there's other stuff I've watched, and Micah, you can correct me if you don't think something's right, please do. But like a mother like will always have like the motherhood, like I am the mother, protective mother, right? You got the bear, the protective mother bear, right? She's never gonna let a cub be touched, right? So you have that motherly instinct that you want to be there for your kids and protect, right? If we look back at cavemen, hunters and gatherers, it's like the gatherers were the ones gathering from the bushes, kind of close to like maybe where their camp was, while the hunters were the ones that maybe were gone for a day, hunting for the meat for the family, right? Like you just go back to that kind of thing, right? Yeah. There was something very interesting of like how like when you're a kid and you're sad, who are you going to go to? Which parent?
Mama.
Your mom? Who would you go to?
Mom.
Yep. Now, if you're like you want to do something fun or whatever, like who are you going to go to? And maybe it's less so now, but like when you were a kid, who would you go to?
My dad.
Your dad?
Sure. Yeah.
Like for me, I think because of the roles were kind of switched in my household, I was just much closer to my dad than my mom my whole life. And so, like, I think I'd find myself maybe doing that twice. But the same thing, like, you ever seen that meme where he's like, where it's like the kid or the guy, like, goes down, he, like, when you tap on your shoulder because you're about, like, you feel sick and you're going to throw up. And then it's your dad that's, like, turns around, is like, what? And you're like, oh, nothing, just hanging around, But it's like, you would never, like, I remember that feeling, like, when you were, like, going to touch your mom on the shoulder and it was your dad. And you're like, oh, they switched sides of the bed or, like, something weird like that, And you're like, no, go back to sleep. Mom, help me. I'm sick. Like, I need that motherly love to, like, get me healthy, whatever. And so it's, like, and, like, the kids and dads, like, have this innate sense of, like messing around, like playing around, and like that's what a dad wants to do. Like the dad wants to like be outside with the kids and mess and like have fun and whatever, and the mother's the one that like takes care of them when they're sick, and there is that biological like
it's definitely biological drive.
Yeah, there definitely is.
I mean, in every like animal, that's the unless it's like a seahorse or something. Like a fact check that male seahorses are the one that carry the children.
Yes. Facts. Yep. They let the
heck yeah. But yeah, it's like everywhere.
That was
So
always
So-
my thing. Is my dad was the male seahorse.
The male
with all of his
seahorse, yeah.
kids. That's what the joke was back then.
I
So-
think it's a biological drive, but
I
I think
wanna
it's fine to
know-
break that.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to know in the feminist movement that is more focused. We're not talking about like government policy, like not
Yep.
the feminist movement that's
Yep.
focused on that. In the feminist movement that's focused on like culture and going after that image.
Yeah.
What is the opinion on that biological drive?
Yeah, so if we do like devil's advocate, right? Like what's the positives of that? I think it goes right. So like the first thing you probably hear is like, we want equal pay, right? And so I think the idea is like, we don't want to have to depend on a guy to be able to live the life that we want to, right? And if I have the same job as Jim Bob and he gets paid more than me, but I do better work, it's like, that's not right. And it's like, I agree. That's not right. That should change. Also,
but I would argue that that's more like governmental systemic, not culture.
So I feel like with
Family.
that question, like I don't think any animal is questioning its role in the wild. No mother deer is gonna say like, you know what I'm saying? But we have the depth of knowledge where we're able to process this and understand like our place in society isn't like it's not a biological place. There's this.
Here's another thing.
We
Our
can do whatever we
population's
want.
declining. We have less kids.
Is that a good thing?
Is that a
No.
bad thing?
Well, like I know like a lot of people are freaking out and like this wouldn't be something that would happen right now, but there's other like cultures like from the Middle East or whatever that are having way more kids than us. And as like it's ironic because right now we're freaking out like we don't want like illegal aliens like to come in our country. We don't want that, you know. And it's like
But then they're like, boost the.
But in 30 years, when we don't have a population that's like growing and we actually are like going to start hourglassing the wrong way,
Yeah.
like we're going to be like, please come to our country. Well, who's going to come to our country? People with other cultures, ideas, religion, stuff like that. And it's like, but I would argue that the feminist movement was the reason for that. And it's not, I'm not saying it's bad because there's also terrible things that were maybe happening to women back then because that you couldn't leave the home and all that stuff. And it was really weird. And guys had like,
Well, it's also harder in this economy to have more children. So
I don't know. I think you can make it. Yes, if you're working at Taco Bell getting paid like $10 an hour and you're the only income for the household, yes, 100% agree.
yeah.
But I think you can live way more under your means than I think you think you
Well, then
can.
what is the desire to have less children?
So this goes back to
members.
the whole boomer thing, right? So you got the greatest generation of all time, right? They're the
Yeah.
ones that like fought World War I. They are the parents to the boomers, right? And what they did was set up the country for success. They came out of the Great Depression. They fought the World War, you know, that whole thing, right? And then they have their kids who are then like however that branches down, right?
The farm kids? Is that what you're talking
Not
about?
necessarily the farm kids, but just like their kids are the boomers, right? The boomers the boomers come back and they grow up into this 50s, 60s culture that
Completely
we are so
new
wealthy.
ideas.
We're so wealthy. Like
Yeah.
I have so much more money to go spend on random stuff.
I see what you're
get
saying.
to enjoy my life more. I get more pleasures, less hard work. And that's where you get like the college students in the 60s and it's like, hey, let's do drugs because like I got no worries, you know, live free, man, you know. And then you get to like, and so their whole idea, the boomers, like every generation before them was like, I want to put forward a better life for my kids. Boomers is the first generation. When you look at it, it's the opposite. It's not that they don't want a better life, they just aren't trying to make a better life for their kids.
Yeah.
You know. And so like when I look at like my parents and then my parents,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was like. My grandparents were living for themselves, like that. Like it wasn't like obviously they had kids and families and they took care of them, did the basic needs, but it was like, well, no, we're gonna go on a vacation because we deserve it, but you guys are gonna stay home. Like it's fine, you know. Where it's like
Interesting.
then you get to the Generation
think I ever
X,
thought about
which
that.
is like my parents.
Yeah.
You know, and the millennials, and there's wounds and stuff from that, right? And I think it's so interesting because like you can look at our culture, so you take on from generations before you. Well, if I learned from my parents' generation that like I should live for myself because you only get to live once, you know, there's nothing after I die.
Yeah.
Like I want to do everything fun, and I want a YOLO, you know, like, and so like I think that's what happens, and then that's where you get to where we are today, where people are like, I really don't care, like I just want to do me. Like
It's so interesting because it's like, I mean, everywhere else, in all species besides humans, the main driving thing is to reproduce and have offspring. And now it's like, I think that is one of our purposes in life is to reproduce. But
why else would you want money, wealth?
Exactly. What?
Why else?
Because
If
you
it's
are
not
just
to
going
give
to
it down
die.
to someone.
Like, you're just going to
Yeah.
die.
The one guarantee you have your entire life is you will die. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I can guarantee you for sure, 100%.
But if you have children, that money that you work so hard to get will be passed on and support someone else's.
And I'm not
It's so
saying
interesting.
like only work your entire life and never enjoy a single thing, right? That like God did not design us to do that. He designed us to enjoy the world that he created for us, right? But there's also a limit to what you should be enjoying, you know. And the devil is on earth. That's the only place he can be, you know. So that's where he can meddle with people's ideas and thoughts. And so you also have to be weary about that, you know, from that standpoint. But no, I love talking about this stuff because it's just like
it's
to get different
fascinating.
perspectives too. Because everyone comes from a different family, which means
Yeah.
they get a different experience
Yeah.
in how they look at
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
It
and
is
we probably are also, I'm sure we're biased as well, being from the same small town.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's also a lot of worldly experiences that contribute to.
Did you guys always live in this area?
Yeah.
See, I lived all over Wisconsin, so I've gotten to see the big city,
Really?
like Green Bay, like that kind of aspect of like when we were
that's
younger,
right.
we lived in Whitewater, kind of another smallish town. So like my parents would take us to Madison or Milwaukee every weekend. It was one or the other, and
Wow.
it was kind of like, all right, getting like it wasn't like, hey, we're gonna do a trip by just ourselves,
Yeah.
and you were gonna leave you at home. It's like, nope, everyone pack in the van, you know.
Yeah.
Pack sandwiches because we don't have money to spend on restaurants, so we're gonna you know, we're gonna window shop just to give us something to do for the weekend. You know, it's like
Yeah.
that's what I grew up in. So in my mind, it's like, oh, you could totally live off of like $40,000, $50,000 if
Yeah.
you had 4 kids. It just, you might have to sacrifice some of the things that you wouldn't have to if you didn't have kids. And I
Yeah.
think that's where people are like, I want to be comfortable.
It's also interesting to think about this again in terms of America versus Europe, because like now that we've lived in another country,
Yep. Yeah,
we
how was that
also
different?
have that perspective too, which
So
is
I know
interesting.
Europe is struggling population wise, so they just are having less kids. But I don't know if that's necessarily a cultural thing. Or
I would say the thing that I think is interesting is not really as related to kids, but
okay,
like people there, they don't live to work, they work to live. And it's so obvious. I mean, the amount of people there that just like have their little shop on the street, like, and that's just what sustains them, and then they just live the rest of their life. Like it's hard to describe, but it's so blatantly obvious that it's a different working culture than here.
And it just seems like people, when they should be peak career, it just seems happier than someone that. But
I mean,
it's a different thing. I don't think one is right or wrong. I think it's just a cultural difference. I
in
think
Spain, it's crazy because they have siesta, and so it's like, when are these people even working? I mean, you see given like nowadays they do have a 9 to 5 there, like that does exist now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this is why, like in Barcelona, in Spain, like the only business to really make it out of that country has been Zara and El Corte Inglés, which is like a big like a box store basically. Those 2 brands are the only ones who have made it out of the country. And have gotten big enough because they've had enough drive. Like the culture doesn't allow that sort of like work hard, die for your business ethic.
And so if you're like in Spain and you're walking on the streets, I mean, it's during a Monday through Friday, a working day, it is just night and day difference to if you're working or like walking in Chicago or like a city in the U.S.
Yeah.
There's
During the
not
workday.
the people are just, they don't, I don't know.
Like
It's
so
interesting.
example in Barcelona, you walk down the street, there's cafes, there's so many people just sitting outside having a coffee, chatting with someone, having a lunch, like just very calm. Like to-go cups aren't a thing there. Like you don't get a coffee to go.
You get a glass, sit at a table.
You get a cup and you sit at a table and you drink your coffee.
You better enjoy that coffee at that table. We got.
Where in America, in Chicago, let's say, like you go pick up your coffee in your to-go cup, you get to the office, you maybe will like go out to happy hour, or, like go out to lunch with someone after, but like there's not just like people integrating that lifestyle into their everyday. Like that's like a special thing. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
people aren't just integrating calmness into their day.
I think you hit it right on the head. Like that's a culture thing.
Yeah.
America, when we were born, it was always like, what can we do to become bigger, better, more capitalist, earn more money, be more wealthier. And I wonder if like that changed with Did you need more water?
Yeah, I've ran out. I was about to pull one of these things. Anyways.
There we go. The bonuses of having your girlfriend on the show.
I know.
No.
I didn't eat water yesterday, by the way. This is a nice touch. Thank you.
I don't even pull that. I literally asked you before we did the episode, like, do you want water? And you're like, no, I'm fine. So then I didn't get the cups.
That's exactly what I continue. Yeah.
No, what I was gonna say is like I think we're a culture where it's like more. You can work more, you can earn more, you can be more. Yeah. Which I wonder if those older countries that have been around for centuries, like, are like, no, we've already done that.
Yeah.
But it just had a difference. Like,
well,
we've had that work your whole life for nothing.
The craziest experience was to go into the Roman ruins, and we walked up to this door. And it was just this green door. Like, I don't know. There wasn't anything really special. It just looked like an old door.
Yep.
And they were like, yeah, this door's like 2,000 years old.
Yeah, it's like pretty much when your country was
I took
created.
a picture of the door. It's the least assuming door you'll ever see. But that thing has been here. I'm pretty sure it was BC. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
It was
so
insane.
like,
it was 2000 BC?
No, I mean, it's 2,000 years old in this world. We're in 2025.
Yeah.
So just like
can you look up
to comprehend
green
that?
door in
look
the
up
room?
Roman ruins.
Not
green,
that we're gonna be able to see it, but at least Michael will be
green
able to nod
door.
his head.
The Roman Forum green
Roman
door.
Also, I don't know like the format of the show. I've had to go pee for the past.
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for a break.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's cut that out.
Yeah. Let's cut that. We'll put a pause here. Micah, did you find the green door?
I did find the green door.
Okay.
It actually looks sick. It's made of bronze.
Yep.
And it's not green in like a painted way. It's green in like a weathered way, kind of like copper.
Like the Statue of Liberty type.
Yeah, exactly. And on here it says that the temple was built A.D. in 307.
Nuts.
AD.
Sorry. That's still pretty old though. For a door.
Wait, what does AD stand for? 'Cause, right,
After death.
No, it's not. But
Ooh.
that's what it should be because it's before Christ, and then it's AD, but it's not after death because it'd be too easy if it was.
This is some very old school stuff we're talking. It's not BC. It's not AD. It's BCE.
No, BCE was the new thing they did because they didn't want it to be.
Exactly. Isn't that what we're on now?
No.
Before
No.
Common Era, and then CE
Yeah.
Common
No, we're
Era.
in-
So it was before Christ, and then because people were like, well,
Not all of us.
So
are.
That's
so
such
then
a weird
so
thing
they
to
turned
change.
it to BCE, so then it was before.
That's such a
Common Era.
weird thing to change because
But
you're still
You can
marking
refer to
year
them
one
both
as
ways,
the death
though.
of Christ.
You can refer to it both ways, and people will still understand.
I know, but like, why would you?
Well, you can't do after death because he would have been 33 years old when he died.
A.D.
So you'd have 33 years.
Wait,
that you
it's
wouldn't
like
be able
ad Dominicus, right?
Anno Domini.
Yeah.
I was gonna
which
say, like,
is
that's a pretty good
the
guess. I
year
haven't.
of our
I just
Lord.
remember, like, in a history class, I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, how am I gonna remember this weird word
Yeah.
like for
That's
this?
funny.
But it's still weird if we're trying to move away. I mean, then you got to change like the start of the Common Era, because you're still using the death of Christ as your marking point.
No,
So-
the birth.
The birth of Christ.
Yeah. So BC is before Christ. So when we get to 0,
shoot.
he's born.
Wow.
That's why you can't do AD after that because he would have lived 33 years.
That is interesting.
There would have been 33 years of like, well,
Oh right, I had that flipped around.
But with
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But with this door, so it's really old, and it was just a really cool experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it just like put a lot of things into perspective. It's like, dang, our country has been alive for like
No.
a really, really small proportion of this door.
It's a freaking
And it's
beautiful
like-
door.
What do they say? Most countries don't last past the year 300.
Something like that.
And
yeah.
we're coming up
We're
pretty
coming up.
close.
Yeah,
We'll
so
be
it
alive
just-
for that one.
It puts a lot of things into perspective, and it
Yeah.
makes it interesting to think about all the problems that we have in our country. 'Cause it's like, dang.
Well, if you look at history,
It'll
all
be
problems that we have now is what Rome had when they collapsed, is what Greece had when they collapsed. Like, when you think of all those big, like, they're not countries, what are they, civilizations?
Civilizations,
Like,
yeah.
they collapsed when things got too good.
What?
People became lazy, and we're just
Yeah.
lazy now. We're just,
Alright. We should what is the oldest country?
Mesopotamia.
That's a country.
Oh,
Like,
that was a
country.
civilization. Country?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Micah,
Let's
don't
take
look it up
it.
yet. Micah,
No, let him
you
look it
gotta
up.
guess.
You look
No,
it-
he's got to guess.
Oh, he's got to guess. What's your guess, Micah, before you look it up? Unless it's too late.
No, it wasn't too late.
Okay, nice.
Mine's,
What's yours?
mine's China.
China? That's a good guess.
Yeah, China is a good guess.
What's your guess?
Well, come back to me.
Well, China.
But it could be-
Well,
Some
we'll
country.
find out. We'll find out
It
what
could be
Google says
Mongolia. It
could be
because
like
maybe
Turkey or
they count.
something.
That's what I said. They might count a civilization as a country.
Yeah, I was
something weird.
I was gonna go something Middle East.
That's what
that,
I was
like,
going to go to, but I can't think
It
of
was
one.
a civilization that then turned into a
Can't be
country.
Turkey.
Can't be
It has to be one that's still alive today, or that's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
around,
The oldest.
relevant. Let's go Greece.
Mm.
I don't like it, but we're gonna go with it because it's
What
still a
about
country.
Egypt?
Ah.
Did I get it?
That's a good one.
But like Egypt is this.
Oh yeah, but when did it become a country?
That facial
Please be
expression.
weird.
All right,
It's gotta
what
be
is it? What
weird.
is it?
All right. The Republic of San Marino is widely considered to be the world's oldest country still in existence, having been founded in 301 AD.
Wow.
301.
Where is it?
Checking.
You should also look up
I don't even
then
know
when
where that
Saudi
is.
Arabia was.
It's in Europe.
Oh, I mean, it makes sense.
Republic of San Marino.
The Europe was like, we're gonna create a unique
They've got a
thing
cool
called
flag.
country. It's where we divide the land like this, so we have all of this land, and you guys don't have it.
Ooh, fun fact. We were in Rome when the new pope was elected.
Oh,
Conclave.
that's right.
Yeah, this could be another episode.
Yeah,
Got a lot to say.
that's cool.
That's crazy.
So we've been to Vatican City.
Yeah, and we
Which
saw
is
the
also
we saw
I still
the
wanna go.
a
we
small
saw the black
country.
smoke. We didn't. Unfortunately, we didn't see the white smoke
Oh,
because the city
yeah.
shut down, so we weren't able to make it.
I remember I was cutting grass,
Cutting
and I was
grass.
listening to them being like, "We don't know who it's gonna be. We don't know who it's gonna be." Like,
It was kind of a crazy process.
and then
Go.
and then it was like, and it's like you knew they had someone for like everyone they thought like there could be a chance for, but then like when he was selected, like maybe they didn't have their person right away, so they were like trying to scrap up like because it's news, right? You gotta always be talking. It's breaking news at every second of your life, right? And then they're trying to like come up with stuff, and then they finally get like the person who's like the specialist on this person. They're like, so like tell who is this guy? Like what? And then they're like, and it was so cool. But
Yeah.
his first talk to the people was it Spanish, English, and
Italian,
Italian?
yeah.
No,
It was-
not English. It was Spanish and Italian. Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So, have you seen the movie The Conclave? I'm just wondering.
No, and
You should.
it's not what it is.
I
It's
understand.
a bad representation, which is why like Catholics are on like don't like the movie. I think
I
it's
heard that it was a decent
from who?
representation.
I
don't
think
know.
it's just a drama.
My
I
guess
think-
would be a non-Catholic.
I think the process
who would be
would-
like,
No, I think the process is
Yeah.
accurate, but it's so dramatized.
yeah,
Like, there's a
exactly.
Well, yeah,
terrorist
it's
attack.
and that's what I mean. Like
yeah,
where it's
obviously.
like, yeah, I don't think it's like that. I have
Just
never
from a
been in the
process
conclave, so I can't,
perspective.
I
But
ain't
anyone I've
either,
talked
but-
to who's known people probably through like that been there would
Yeah.
actually know is like that's
Yeah.
not a good representation of what it is.
Okay.
Which
yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
That makes
because there's
sense.
never been a terrorist attack on the Vatican.
Well,
maybe there
yeah.
has, but not. Because
It
that's
was
what
definitely
happens in movies.
dramatized.
oh, I've never watched it, so I don't even know what the storyline
Gotta
is.
watch it. It's a great flick, even if it's not real.
It's a great.
I mean,
It's a
Micah,
great
have you
flick.
seen it? Good movie, right?
Yeah.
Good
I-
twists.
My favorite part about the movie is locational wise was filmed in the same location as one of the Star Wars movies.
Holy
That's cool.
shoot! What?
That's funny.
What? No, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'll do my research after.
I also think it's
Hold up,
fascinating.
this is going back
Oh, wait,
to other
did
conversation.
we-
Have you figured out when Saudi Arabia was founded? I'm sorry.
He's on the edge of his seat,
Yeah.
and it's no longer
I've
because
been, I've been
Well-
waiting. I mean, you can look at the recording. I asked that question a long time ago,
Well,
and I
if-
did not get an answer.
Oh, did you find it?
September 23rd, 1932.
So
that's interesting.
Wait,
what about
so-
Mecca? When was Mecca?
What? Mecca is not a.
Isn't that Saudi Arabia? We might need to cut this out
I don't know. You're out of my territory.
because that was Muhammad.
That'd be
What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
1200.
Mecca.
But
we
Mecca's
might need
not
to
a
cut this
state.
out. I'm confused, but hold up, I'm confused. Where? Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
You
matter.
remember nothing. No.
I took an introduction to Islam class.
What are you asking?
Because I thought because he said 302, that's around the time that Muhammad was around, and I thought everything took place in Saudi Arabia, so I thought Saudi Arabia was already a thing. You know?
Wait, when was Muhammad around?
That was 356.
Yeah.
Is when he died.
Yeah.
Micah.
On here it says the Prophet Muhammad was born in Mecca in 1570 CE.
BC?
Oh, that's
CE.
different.
Yeah.
Because if AD
Oh, I
and
have my date.
eight,
The Prophet Muhammad.
it depends on what you're using. If it's CE or AD, or whatever. Like the letters.
Chat,
Change
we're
it.
cooked.
I need to go back and do.
All right,
some
we'll
reading.
let you dig some research.
Yeah, I'll come back next time to clear up my.
yeah.
my
Okay, the
mistake.
last thing I want to talk before we let you guys go is you are on a music journey, I would say,
Yes.
which I know you did a lot of solo work. Am I correct in saying this? Like, not a lot, but just like performance-wise for a little bit. And now you've tied in Ollie, and
Tied.
what?
That was just a tied and ollie.
Yeah, you ever heard that phrase? Like
No.
when you tie into something?
No, I didn't.
Like you just tied into that loaf of bread. You ate like 3 pieces.
No, I've never heard that.
Really?
No.
Mike, have you heard that?
No.
All right, put in the comment if you've heard
I
this.
thought you were gonna say tied the knot. And I was like,
No.
no.
That's why you
But that
choked
was-
on water.
And then yeah.
Okay, all right. What I was gonna say
Oh
was
my gosh,
break
that's
down
awesome.
your artist
Yes,
story.
history.
Yeah,
Okay,
to what we
so-
are today.
We were talking about musicals earlier. That was what I did in high school. I also was a youth leader of a youth band at church, and so I did that for like 3 years. That was like my music career, like what I did in music for high school. When I graduated, all of that kind of like went away. I had no idea what I was going to do with music, but like it's a big part of my life, so I knew I wanted to do something. So and by that time we had started dating, and so obviously he loves music, so we decided to start playing together. And we had done a few shows like for like random stuff, like us and John, like we had played at some stuff in high school, like a few things here and there. And then we got, it might have been like an offer or something to play somewhere. It was like, hey, like could you do some music? And we're like,
Was that
Sure.
That was our first show.
I think so. And so the first year we had like 2 weeks to put together a 3-hour set, and we did it. And that kind of like launched it launched our ability. So
The guy's
the
probably
first summer
nervous
we
wreck
did
trying
it,
to
we
get
did.
You have no idea how hard it is to play guitar for 3 hours.
Especially if you're not seasoned. Yeah. So we
What
So
was
we-
that?
Not seasoned.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
she said Nazi too. Is that what you
What?
thought? Is that Mike? Is that what you thought?
That's what I heard.
You said. I think you said not seasoned. So it sounded like Nazi. I'm glad.
I didn't hear Nazi. I didn't even hear what you said the first
I heard
time.
that. No. But, wow.
He's
Oh.
Jewish.
That was just
so.
Wow, what a way to end.
Jordan Whitrock, everyone. Jordan Whitrock.
Oh gosh.
All right, continue.
Okay, so we started doing shows, and then we just kept doing it. We did like 6 the first summer. We did like
That's
5
sick.
this summer.
Okay.
We've done a few other random gigs.
Yep.
And then we started writing music. So our freshman year, we did like a little retreat, and we wrote our first EP,
Okay.
which is just 3
So
songs.
what is this music under? Do you have a band name, or is it like under one of your guys' names?
So
Or
to both of us.
Yes.
Okay.
So our stage names are Ariana Jane and Oliver Scott.
Yes. If you go to the Oliver Scott page, there is music that I have not written on there, so that is not my release.
Don't take that as him.
Like zoom in on me.
No, you can't do
I'm
that.
just kidding. But
I would do it, but it would mess up the other shots. So
yeah. But there's some somehow, I don't know if it was sabotage or something, but there is like a sex playlist
Oh gosh.
posted on my Apple Music page.
Yeah, so don't listen to that. That's not.
Or
Not-
do because it'll make him money. Actually,
not
no,
bad
we don't make
music.
money.
would it make you money?
No, we don't make money.
I don't think I could claim that legally. Maybe I could. Yeah,
But
I don't
anyway.
know, but I didn't write that. As much
Okay.
as I could wish I could take credit
the
for
whole
that.
soundtrack. You didn't.
No, I wrote three. Like we wrote 3 songs.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you'll be able to tell which ones they
So
are.
we wrote and released
How'd you
3
guys come
songs.
up with Scott and Jane real quick?
It's our middle names.
Okay, thank you.
Damn, that's some personal information.
That is personal
that's
information.
Oh no!
Crap,
And then
now
what's
they
the
have
Social
our full
Security number?
names. But we released them on our 1-year anniversary, which was last June 10th.
June
Not
10th, baby.
this
Okay.
summer, but the previous,
Yeah,
2024.
Nice.
And then this last fall, I signed onto my college's student record label. So then I released a song with them, which was really fun.
Do you get to keep the rights to that, or this school does? Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then that's kind of like where we're at. We want to keep writing, but have not recently. We've been busy.
Yeah.
And I know we have a guitar in the studio today, so we love. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna
Maybe we
play
should
it
end
for
with
you.
a song.
Hey,
Maybe
we
next
could
time.
do that next time you guys come back. We can finalize some other stuff. We put on a little show for everyone.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
a
that'd be
little
fun.
run-through. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
Next summer.
Jordan Whitrock
Summer, yeah.
X Ariana Jane Oliver Scott.
Yeah, that'd be insane. That'd go hard.
Yeah, but Micah needs it. I mean,
This
Micah's
guy's gonna
the
learn how to play
beating
fiddle by
heart
the
of
time we
this.
come back.
Fiddle, that's a good one.
Right? Right?
some of our songs are just
I'll
asking
try.
for like a little rap in the middle of it. So can you
Dev went down
pull
to
some of
Georgia.
that?
He was looking for a soul.
just say no?
Alrighty. Let's take camera 2. Thanks everyone for watching this episode. Thank you guys for coming and spending like a long time with me. I appreciate it. I felt like this has got to be like one of the more like meaningful conversations, I would say. So I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thanks for having us.
Micah, thanks for coming and
Yeah,
helping out as
Micah.
always. And if you made it this far into the episode, consider dropping a like, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Was I looking at the wrong camera?
No.
Shit.